sad that you watch the Lorcana Dads.
Hey, everybody, it's Joey Lay and Jason May back with the
Hey.
Lorcana Dads. How you doing, Jason?
I'm pretty good. How are you, Joey?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain too much. Been actually getting to play some Lorcana lately, so I
Yeah,
feel
it's been pretty good to play
been
again.
nice. Yeah, I feel like I didn't play, but I feel like I'm learning all over again. I'm
Yeah.
learning to be more strategic. That's something that I
Yes.
haven't been too great about, is I've just kind of played whatever's in my hand, but I'm learning how to be a player that has a strategy and really knowing, like, okay, what is my deck's matchup? What is my turn one play if I'm playing this deck? What is my turn one play if I'm playing this? And I guess I knew I needed a strategy, but I never thought about it. I never really
Yeah.
went, I need to play this deck totally different for every possible matchup that there is,
Yeah.
you know.
You need to at least have a game plan of what you're going to play on the play and then what you're going to play on the draw. Like most decks I play, I have a strategy of whichever way I'm going to go. And you just got to slow down and think about every possible combination
Yeah.
that you can play.
Well, that's what I've been trying to be better about. We just jumped right in there, didn't we?
Yeah.
We didn't even preview anything. That's my fault. But yeah, this week is we just came off the first weekend of Set Champs.
Yeah.
Jason you got to play in one. I haven't played
Yes.
in any yet. We have ours coming up at Izzy's.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of what we're going to cover today. We haven't had any crazy new card reveals.
Not really.
I think we've had two, Sherwood Forest and
Which I like Sherwood
yeah,
Forest.
I thought it was a cool card. I like the Robin Hood. I'd missed the Robin Hood, the tag you're it Robin Hood.
Well, I
I
missed
had
that one too then.
It's a pretty neat little 6-drop that, no, it's a 9-drop. It's crazy good card, but for every damage on an opposing character, you pay one less ink.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
I thought it was a neat card. So
Yeah.
we don't really have a lot of cards to talk about. I like our new backgrounds we got going today.
Yeah, I got the Bucky Forest
Yep, the
from
Bucky
Emperor's New
Forest,
Groove.
and I got my Mim and Goat battle going on, which
Yeah,
that's my old faithful pair that I think I'm gonna have to revert
yeah.
back to. So
Yeah, I mean it works, it still works well. Mem Dragon's a little niche card to play. A lot of people aren't gonna be prepared for it, and I like to throw a bit of that in my decks too, but
yeah,
I kind of trend towards the meta.
yeah,
Which I had, the pleasure to go out of town, play at a set championship for the first weekend. Went
hmm
to High Ground Hobbies in Madison, Alabama.
Shout out to High Ground Hobbies in
It,
Madison.
yeah, it was 32. It ended up being 31 players. They had somebody drop out, but it was going to be 32 players. They had a very nice hobby shop. It had a cafe and everything in it and multiple rooms to play in.
Well, that's cool.
They were very nice and ran the event very well. There wasn't very many, if any, issues.
Okay.
I don't think I ever saw a judge called at all. So kudos to everybody playing there. Everybody played straight. Um, so first round I ended up with a bye. I didn't want it initially because it hurts your ratios for opponent match win
Yeah.
rate. And I'm not super confident in myself as a player to know that I'm going to absolutely lock in that top 8. I kind of trend towards that bubble area.
Right, that
And
9 to 12 range.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
So if you hit
my
the
trend too. Yeah, I get it.
if you hit the bubble, you want to have a better opponent match win
Yeah,
rate
right.
so you get bumped in. Second round, I played somebody's homebrew Ruby Sapphire, and they played it very well. Went 2-1 on them, and then played Sapphire Steel. I was unlucky enough to play Sapphire Steel, which was the hard counter to mine.
Right.
Went 1 and 2 against them, so that was a first loss. Played a mirror match, beat them 2-1, and then did the unsavory thing to intentionally draw into the top 8.
Let me ask you this. Had you played that match and lost, would you have not been in the top 8?
Right. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't think I would have been. I ended up 5th in Swiss after the 5th round, so
Okay.
I may not have been in. Which I kind of felt bad because we looked at this top 8 calculator and I shared some thoughts about this calculator said 10 points guaranteed a top 8. And for some reason, the math didn't math and some people got bubbled out intentionally drawing.
Ooh.
So, you know, make your own
Make your own decisions
choices.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I took the risk and I was willing to risk it because if I lost, I wasn't in. So intentionally drawing gave me a better chance.
Yeah. Let me ask you this about your mirror match. You said you played green steel mirror. Do
Yes.
you think your advantage was some of your, I'm not going to ask you to share your modifications, but do you think your modifications to the green steel are what gave you the advantage in those matches?
I think it helped, but I consistently drew in my opening hand or mulligan the combination I needed on games 2 and 3. The
Gotcha.
Bucky Diablo and Storm Rage on.
Okay. Well,
They
that's
also
what, go ahead. Sorry.
they played a whole new world in their deck in game 1, so that kind of changed how I played in game 2.
Gotcha.
But I had some good luck on that one to make it a little bit easier for me.
Well, that's what I've been doing some studying because if I decide to play Ruby Amethyst, which who knows, there's a new purple steel deck floating around out there that somebody's developed that is my play style that seems to be doing well. But if I play Ruby Amethyst, the worst matchup I can have is into green steel.
Yeah.
And the whole, studying it and looking at it, my goal is to, if I'm up against green steel, is literally almost just not play cards until turn 7. Play as little as possible unless it's playing those hard draw cards that keep cards in my hand, so that when I hit turn 7, if I can play that Be Prepared, it resets the board. And I know green still has a hard time coming back after after that turn 7 play.
Yeah, you're pretty much auto loss, and that happened to me in the top 8. I went against Ruby Sapphire, and I think lore was I had 6 and they had 5, but they dropped Sisu and wiped my board, and I knew
You
I
couldn't
knew
come
it was
back from
game
it.
2 time. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you wound up, what did you wind up finishing? 5th after the whole
I
tournament?
wound up 5th. That's how the final ranking, because I didn't advance to the top 4.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
lost 1 to 2 in the top 8.
Have you decided, are you making some changes to your deck after that, or do you think you're going to play that as is?
No, I mean the game 1 I didn't draw what I needed to draw. I
Right.
didn't see my Diablos. Uh, game 2 I got the combo like I needed. Game 3 I didn't see a Bucky or a Diablo.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's the game. That's, if you get lucky and draw those cards.
yeah.
But
Well, there
then
are
if you
only a
don't, you
4 of
don't.
in the deck,
Yeah.
so the chances of seeing those, I should have hard mulligan in game 3, I think, and just wasted the whole 7 and drew another 7 to see if I could get it.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would have done differently.
Yeah. But still, even hard mulligan, you're only seeing 14 out of 60, so you're only seeing less than a third of your deck. So there's no
Yeah.
guarantee,
Yeah, there's no guarantee, but I think it would have, that couple percent might have been worth doing.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to ours. I think we've got 16 registered here to play. And that's gonna be a lot of folks at the store, because I mean the new store is small, I know. So I'm excited to play. I'm excited to play some this week and kind of get in I'm glad we're having a league just to play test some
Yeah.
more. I can't
Yeah.
decide if I'm gonna play my deck. If you and I get to play tomorrow and I can kind of see how I fare against, I think you have 2 of the decks that I have to beat. Ruby Sapphire and Green Steel are 2 of the matchups that I need practice into,
Yeah.
So
I don't know that you'll see a Ruby Sapphire deck with the amount of aggro. I don't think it's a wise deck to play.
right. Well, but what do we think of some of our folks will play Brian's been playing Ruby Sapphire, hasn't he?
Yeah,
We don't know what he's going to play at Set Championship though.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it would not be wise with the amount of aggro.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've learned. It's like, man, some of the folks are if you got to have something on the board against a couple of the people by turn 4, or you're doomed. you're doomed. So
I think Ruby Amethyst has a better shot into aggro than Ruby Sapphire does because of how much ramp Ruby Sapphire does.
yeah.
Ruby Amethyst can get stuff out there, and
Well, if you're playing Frenemy too, that helps.
yeah,
Because they're not putting anything on the. They really, if they're playing true Blue Steel or true Ruby Sapphire, they're not putting anything on the table till they play Hero on turn 3 or turn 4.
right.
I mean, that's their first. So you run the chance of getting 6 to 8 lore before they even put a character on the table.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And Ruby Amethyst can draw and keep stuff on the
Yeah.
board with Queen's Castle or
Yep.
Rabbits.
Well, Queen's Castle, I've been watching a lot of matches in tournaments and set championships, and the Queen's Castle is probably one of the most played cards right now. Like
Yeah,
it is helping because it is, if you can get it on the table against Green Steel, they have a hard time dealing with it.
Yeah.
Even with 3 characters on the board, they usually don't have 7 attack between those 3 characters. So,
yeah, unless you got a hidden cove out there to help the
right,
Robin Hood
to bump it up a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, what else we need to talk about, or is that kind of got us? Was there anything else?
Well, you've got
covered
Dallas
today?
coming up.
Dallas, I'm going to play in Dallas the week after set championship. So I'm hoping if I can top 4 in our store, I think I'll take the same deck.
Yeah.
I really do. My thought process is I have a feeling you're going to see a shift away from Green Steel when I get to Dallas. Because that seems to be the fad right now is everybody's going back to Ruby Amethyst.
Yes.
So
and it's placing, it's got a share.
Yeah.
In the last challenge they had this previous weekend in Germany, I think it was Germany.
Yeah.
There was quite a bit of Ruby Amethyst. There was a lot of Green Steel, but there was quite a bit of Ruby Amethyst.
And again, there's a purple steel circulating that plays Bale, what is Mystic?
Yeah, Accomplished Mystic.
That it's really doing well. But
Yeah,
again, I don't know.
Around.
I don't know what the play style is of that. And they're using it. What I read is they're using it. They keep Smee down. He's questing. And then whether or not they have a hook, they play Bale. She takes the damage from Smee. So he keeps going for another turn or 2.
Yeah.
So,
and then you can bounce her back to the hand and redo that.
Yep.
Multiple times.
I've got, my wife is playing. We got her a decent Steel Song deck because that's what she's always been good at. And we kind of went back and rebuilt it, and that's what she's going to play, I think, at set championships. So, got to get a few cards borrowed for her to actually, I think, have the deck she needs. So,
yeah.
But anyway, I'm looking forward to Fort Worth. I'm real nervous. I get real anxious when I play. I've learned that lately. I get real
oh yeah.
But I guess that's what makes it fun, the
I had
adrenaline rush.
2-hour drive to Huntsville, and a little rough on the old stomach with the nerves.
Yep, I get it. I've been there.
Stop for some medication to help me throughout the tournament.
Look, I've been there, done that. I get it. So, looks like my green screen's creeping in over there. Got some light creeping in on the goat's head. Anyway, all right, y'all. Well, we will touch back. We'll be back. Jason and I are going to try to play this week. Maybe we'll get some gameplay video. We haven't done any of that yet.
Have a little midweek video for some gameplay. No promises.
No promises. Look, y'all know we can't make y'all no promises of anything. Look, we say busy.
The logistics of meeting up plus putting cameras up and everything is kind of tough.
Yeah. Yep. And I got Jason and I some new Lorcana Dad wear coming, so we'll have to reveal that for y'all next week. I've got somebody making us some cool Lorcana patches, so it's gonna be pretty cool. All right.
Good.
Well, we will see y'all next week. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you maybe tomorrow, Jason.
Yeah, I think we will. All right,
bye, everybody.
And don't forget to smash that like button.
And hit that share for our friends on the other side.
And don't forget to turn on all those bell notifications.
And we'll see you on the next video.